Hey everybody, this is Mickey G. Have you ever heard of bacon up? It's bacon grease you can buy in the store. I'd never heard of that stuff till Marion brought some in here. Well, Rodney and I talk about bacon up and other things in this edition of Old Fools Talking Old School.
Yeah.
Oh, I meant to tell you the other day we talked about stuff that we be trying to remember to talk about, and I forgot about. I was telling Rodney I was going to tell him about. Has Rosalind ever used this stuff called bacon up? This store bought bacon grease?
I don't think so.
You ain't never seen that? Well, Marion came in here with some the other day, and it's called bacon up bacon grease. And I said, now look, now they done gone out here and they done fabricated bacon grease, right? So I'm looking at the ingredients, and it says like rendered bacon fat and stuff, and then it's got all this other stuff, all these potassium chlorinates and all that kind of stuff. I said, see, they done gone out here and then chemically made something for people to use. And I said, it ain't like, just regular bacon that you can go get. So I went in the refrigerator and got out the pack of bacon we had in the refrigerator. I said, look, this is bacon. It says bacon. Oh, wow. It says sodium chlorinate. I said, well, damn, it's got the same thing. I thought a pack of bacon was just bacon.
Right.
But, I guess just like anything else, to make it last longer and all that kind of stuff, it's got all these chemicals. I guess I just never looked at it before, because I was telling man how that's how they do. They come up with all this chemical stuff, all this stuff. And that's the regular pack of bacon had the same chemical this stuff she brought in the house. I'm like, boy, I tell you,
it's something else. No, as a matter of fact, I can tell you Rosalind hadn't bought any of it, because I even one time told him, it was like when my grandmother died, she had this little piglet boat where she used to pour the bacon grease in it.
Yeah.
And reuse it when she did cornbread and all the other stuff that she cooked. So I got it, and I brought it home. I said, hey, this is what you need to do. When you fry bacon, you need to put that, put the drippings in there and use that to cook with. She ain't never done that. Every time we eat clean vegetable oil or whatever kind of oil she got. It we ain't saving no grease.
Yeah, boy, I tell you, we just opposite. We always got a bacon grease can over there.
Man, I tell you, that's why the food tastes so good.
Yeah, buddy.
It's all clean, brand new out the
No, we got stuff that when Mary's cooking, like even though she'll usually do some bacon in there to start, but was you doing her cabbage, fried cabbage and stuff? She has some of that bacon grease in there, and I don't know. To me, a fried egg just tastes better than bacon grease than it does in regular vegetable oil. I got to put me some bacon grease in there to fry my eggs and stuff like that. So
sir.
We're the same way. We got one.
The one-offs that when I will cook breakfast or something, though, when I do my bacon, I ain't pouring it out. Them eggs going right in there, boy. That's what I do. But she do the clean cooking, boy, and I'm like, man.
Which is probably healthier for you than the bacon grease.
No, but it ain't as good though.
It ain't, but it ain't. It just ain't the same.
No,
it ain't. It just ain't the same.
Yeah, we eating that. I know there was a time too. I went during the pandemic. We still ain't got out of buying extra water and extra toilet paper and paper towel. I got a closet down there full of that, and she'd be like, "Oh, get me some vegetable oil or whatever kind of oil she used. I think she used corn oil every once in a while, but get me some oil." I'm like, see, if you had that gravy boat out there, I mean that grease boat out there, you wouldn't need that. Man, that's something else. So, but yeah, my grandmother, she used to throw down with that stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the way my mama did too. She had one of them like ceramic kind of had the little top on it. It had the little metal lever you pull over the top to close it with.
Oh yeah, yeah,
She
yeah,
had that. She had that when they sit right there on the stove, and
yep.
whenever she fry up stuff, she pour that bacon grease in there. And man, when she, like I say, cook stuff and eggs and stuff like that, she put that bacon grease in there. And like I said, it just wasn't even the same kind of taste. It didn't have it.
Yeah,
That's the
yeah.
way she was too. She always kept all that stuff, and sometimes she would line her baking pans and stuff with it to keep stuff from sticking in it. That she was
Yeah,
doing in the oven and stuff.
yeah.
She would use it for that too. So yeah, we've always had, but like I say, I never knew they had it in the store and it's on its own.
Yeah, I
Till
did.
Marion came in the house with this, and like I say, I jumped all on her about, not jumped on her, I just said, yeah, here they go again, chemically making something again to to be like regular bacon. And like I say, I looked at that and went down there and looked at what was on that pack of bacon. I said, I don't believe it. It's all got the same chemicals in it. I thought I was trying to prove my point.
Right, right. Yeah, man. This new stuff they got coming out with. I'm trying to think of the name of it. Oh, because I had never heard of it before, unless they were calling it something else where I'm from. But I heard this dude. He said he's from Philadelphia. But anyway, he was an older dude. I saw him at the commissary one day, and he was like, had his daughter. She was an adult, but he said, "Yeah, get some of that sauce over there." I'm like, "Sauce? What is that?" And then it was something else he called too. But hell, it's just like, just different region of the country. They call it something else. Well, hell, it wasn't nothing but like, damn, I can't even think of now down where I'm from. But that's just what they use up there. I went over there and looked at it because I had never heard of it. Because she reached up there and got it. I'm like, well, shit, let me see what that is, And I looked at it, but I had talked to him before because I remember when the Maximus first came out, he went out about 2 of them. Wow. Yeah, he was a big old tall dude too. He said, "Yeah, man," because I saw him at the shop at one day. I said, "Man, I thought the one you had was red." He said, "Yeah, this is my wife's here. I was just driving it today." I was like, "Oh, you got 2 of them suckers there." So, but yeah, it was sauce and something else. I can't think of the name of what it was.
Well, I know down here, I mean, we had sauce, but I know some people would call it like hog head cheese.
Yeah, hog head cheese. That's what we
Hog
call it.
head cheese.
Yeah, that's what we call it.
Yeah, we called it sauce. See, we didn't call it hog head cheese either because I remember when I first saw it, my mom was telling me it's like almost all the leftovers when they killed hogs.
Hog, yeah.
It was indeed meat from the head of the hog and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But we always called it sauce. I mean, there was a couple of stores here. You could go in there and get a sauce and crackers. I mean, it was like a delicacy. Yeah.
Yeah, see, because my mother used to just buy that hog head cheese all the time. And but I went up there and looked at it. I was like, oh, okay. But yeah, it was sauce and just different region of the country, what you call it.
Yeah. We always called it sauce. Now I must admit, I didn't like sauce. I tried it one time. I just didn't like it. But yeah, I mean, this one little store that was down there in the hood. You could go in there. They had it in that, in the stalks, and he'd put it on the meat slicer and slice it, and he'd make sandwiches for people out of it and stuff. Of course, he did that with, bologna and pickled pimento loaf and all that kind of stuff.
That sauce is older brother bologna.
Yeah, well, yeah, it don't have as much spices in it and stuff as sauce.
And that white ring around.
Right. But it's in that same category.
Yeah,
exactly right.
I eat the hell out of me some bologna though.
Oh yeah, I mean, we grew up on it. I mean, my mama, I go to school lunch every day with a bologna sandwich.
Hey man, I'm telling you, didn't want it then, but love it now.
Mm-hmm.
And as a matter of fact, I went and which I said I ain't going back no more. That's so sorry. We went to Billy Sims night before last because we couldn't. Well, I wanted some ribs, but I didn't want to drive over to where I know to get some. I was like, I ain't driving way over there. So I stopped in there and got some of that. And when I was standing up there trying to make up my mind what I wanted to order, this chick came in. She was coming from the gym, and she ordered one of those sandwiches. She got them named halfback, fullback, quarterback, and all that crap. And she said, "But I want that bologna sandwich." And I started to say, "No, give me a bologna sandwich too." But I think, no, what the heck? I'll go and get what I said I was going to get. But for a while there, I had Rosalind buying that bologna coming in here because I like mine burnt a little bit. And put that mustard on there, boy. But I could eat any of it with Miracle Whip too, or mayonnaise. But I prefer mustard on that sucker. Boy, that's some good eating right there.
And something else that I have to cook with my bacon grease too is bologna.
It's bologna.
To me, it just don't taste the same unless it's cooked in bacon. I guess because it's pork too. Or at least parts of it. A lot of bologna now is mixed with beef. It's not all pork.
Yeah.
But that's something else. I fry mine up with some of that bacon grease in there, man. I'm a mayonnaise man. I'll put me some cheese and some mayonnaise and a slice of tomato. Oh yeah, I love me some bologna, but I gotta fry it up. I gotta fry it up with some bacon grease.
Hey, you can't lose with that. I'm telling you, I'm about to go down here and lay my foot down. Woman, I want some damn bacon grease on that stuff.
Well, like I say, every time I use that bacon grease and fry me a bologna sandwich and other stuff too, my arteries are just saying, "Oh, Mickey, you're killing us, brother." I'm sure that's what they're saying, every time I do that. But I guess as they say, hopefully I'll die happy,
Hey, you gonna die something.
Go die something. I heard that.
Yeah, buddy.
I know what you mean, man. Once again, I keep telling myself about going out there Googling people. This is one of my first supervisors when I got up to oral surgery at Wilford Hall. Her name popped in my head the other day, and I said, I wonder what she's doing. I went out there and Googled her. Damn, she died back in February.
Damn.
And they had her obituary, had her picture from when she was in the Air Force. I think she was a senior airman then, because she had her whites on and everything. And I said, damn, I might stop doing this. I'm going to Google somebody and my name going to pop up there one of these damn times. But yeah, sure enough, she was 69. I know she was a little bit older than me, because like I said, she was my supervisor.
Yeah.
But yeah, I said, you just sort of remember people off and on. I just go out there and just see if I put their name in, if it'll pop up somewhere. And I guess too many of them are popping up, going on to the afterlife. I said,
hey, man.
But I guess as the older we get, that's going to be happening more and more, though.
Yes, indeed, because it's too prevalent now.
Yeah.
Yeah. You hear, hell, I even find myself sometime when I get on there, I started looking at the funeral home down there, looking to see who's who, and or the obituaries in the paper, see if I recognize anybody. So many times I go down there and I might say, "Where's old such and such and such? Oh, he died." I'm like, what? So now I kind of go out there and take a look and see my old newspaper down there. I used to go in and read it, but now they want to charge you for a subscription over the internet. And I'm like, y'all ain't got that much going on down there. But they let you look at the obituary though. You got to subscribe to read the news, but you can see the obituary. So
okay.
I was like, boy, that's something else there. They said, I thought about it one time. I said, I'll do it. It's just something to do when I get on there. And I inquired about how much it costs. I'm like, hell no. Y'all ain't got that much going on that I need to keep up down there, because as it is, how them little old towns are. I know I talk to my dad sometimes. Well, did y'all hear about that shooting we had? I'm like, well, no. I'm like, Y'all have a shooting every little eclipse and that. Well, that used to be the case, not now. But I'm like, we have shootings up here every hour. Did y'all hear about that shooting we had up there? No, man.
Yeah, I know what you mean. That's the way it is here too. For some reason, back in middle my hometown, the Historical and Genealogical Society, they've started posting obituaries. I mean, used to be it would be people that would just see an obituary from one of the funeral homes and they would just share it on Facebook.
Yeah.
For some reason, the Genealogical Society started posting them too. So I mean, I'm almost every day. I'll go in there. Matter of fact, there was a young girl that's about our age. It was posted on there today, and I went out there and I'm like, I don't remember her from my class. So I went in and looked, and she was a junior when we was a senior. I went in there and looked in the yearbook and stuff. And I'm like, damn. But yeah, they started doing that about, I don't know, a month or two ago, posting obituaries.
Yeah, man. There's so many people down there I don't know now. Because this is a classic case. All those little bitty towns that was outside of there, a lot of them have moved up there now. I see people on there. There might have been another set of Turners when I was growing up there. But now they're all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
I see. Are they any related to you? No, I don't know them. Don't know them at all. Who? Because I know there's been a couple of them, and I'll be looking. I'm like, well, who's up people? I don't remember seeing nobody. There's some cute little girls on there now. You'd be like, no, who's that? They weren't there when I was there.
Yeah. And that's, it's just one of them things too. Now, people you grow up with, back home, their grandkids are grown now.
Yes, indeed.
So, I'll be looking in the paper and I'll be seeing names and stuff. I don't know why I look at the obituaries and the circuit court judge reports they have in there, trying to see who had to go before the judge, and I'll see some names of some prominent, black family names, and I'll ask Kathy, say, now who is this? Oh, that's so and so's grandson or granddaughter or something like that. Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I can't remember the grandparents, more or less the grandkids.
Right, exactly.
But a lot of that stuff now, especially some of them reports, are these folks I grew up with grandkids.
Yep. And that's what even like the thing when I go down there, people walking up to me and they know me. And I was friends with their brother or sister, but they were little kids then and they think they know me. Like I'm supposed to know, you don't remember me? Like, why would I? I just say it to myself, but like, no, man.
Right.
Just tell me who you are. I'm Rodney. I don't take for granted that you know who I am. Ain't got time to stand up here and you don't remember me? Lord, come on now. I ain't gonna be standing here too much longer. Just say who you are. We can move on. But yeah, it's all together different these days.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure. Something I've been meaning to ask you. I thought about that again today. When I saw about y'all anniversary stuff. Now I know both of y'all were church going people and all that kind of thing. Was there any particular reason y'all didn't have a church wedding?
No, well, let me correct you on that. She was a church going person. I passed by them.
Oh, okay. All right.
I had to ask the Lord when I started going to this one. You remember me? But we used to go. Me and my partners, we used to go for all the wrong reasons. We go around the churches because to see who had some fine women.
Yeah, right.
All that kind of stuff. So, but no, I wasn't even. I didn't even have nothing to do with it. Like I was down. We was down in San Antonio.
Oh yeah.
And but I think Rosalind didn't want to put that burden on her folks because she paid for it all.
Oh, okay.
She paid for me. So they decided, to do it at the house, do it at their house, and then over at that little center thing. But yeah, because she had to buy my suit. I was broken in the doorknob. I had enough money to get gas back to San Antonio. Once I paid my rent and the car note and the insurance, hey, when's payday again? So she was really in love. Was broke. So we made it
I don't like
45
that.
years later.
Yeah, well, like I said, I don't know why that popped up in my mind. That somebody have to remember to ask Rodney tonight. There was a reason that they didn't have a church wedding. I just like I said, not a big deal. I just popped into my head. Because like I said, I remember I put on that comment back then about Rodney was sweating up a storm. I know there was a lot of people in that house that day.
Yeah, it was. I just kind of, when I signed on this morning, then that's the first thing popped up. I'm like, oh, okay. So I started looking at it. I saw you had put that, and then I started looking at a number of people responded on there. Like, I'm gonna have to put one paragraph of thank yous over here, trying to answer all these things, man. I was like, I told Robin when we was at dinner, I said, you need to get on there and answer that stuff, because I normally be the one that do that. I said, but I'm just gonna put, thank you, friends and family.
Yeah,
appreciate it, because that's a lot. I didn't realize there's gonna be that many people responding, but
that's what like when I first got on Facebook, I think the first year, that my birthday popped up, I got all these, birthday, congratulations, happy birthday thing. I'm out there trying to answer everyone. Thank you for thinking about me. Appreciate it. Blah, blah, blah. And then I started seeing other people putting that one. I want to thank everybody who wished me. I said, okay, I know what I'm gonna do from now on.
Yes, sir. I'm telling you, I was the same way. I was like, well, they were nice enough to respond, so I should send something personal back. And man, that just got to be a job. I was like, oh my Lord. Let me do one swoop there. Thank y'all very, very much for thinking about a brother, because that's a lot of answers.
Same thing.
Yeah, man. I told Rosalind, at least go in there and put a like on it or something. She ain't gonna do jack though. I might do that. I haven't looked at it since this morning when I got up and went on there. And if I'm up at old dark 30, I might do something tonight.
Yeah.
I gotta get up and go to this church tomorrow and see what's happening. And this girl got me going. So, well, I shouldn't say that. I'm getting up going too. So,
yeah. Well, like I say, that ain't a bad thing. I tell myself, a lot of times, you need to get back in the church. And then I said, well, them same old questions I had when I was there is gonna pop up again. I just know that's how it is. So.
Oh yeah. I that's how I've come to grips with it. I've just come to grips with it. I'm not gonna do like some people and leave and think you're gonna go somewhere else and get a different a different deal. So I'm just like, I know who I am, and I'll digest what he reads out of the book for what it's worth, and then all that other stuff, that's just your opinion, bro. I ain't got to put up with that.
So, that's what one friend of mine was telling me about his wife. He said, he said she seeks out a church that how did he put it? He seeks out churches that not believe in what she believes in, but anyway, going for churches that sort of compromising with what she thinks. And if they say something or do something that she don't like, she'll go to another church to try to find. He said, it's like she's church shopping. Not a matter of is it Baptist church or Methodist church. It doesn't matter. She's looking for a church that sort of has the same kind of beliefs, I guess, that she has, kind of thing. And I'm like, well, I guess that's one way to look at it. But just like you said, if you keep going and have your own set beliefs on things and that nature, you probably will be church hopping for the rest of your life. There's going to be some things that come up that you may not truly feel is correct, because as I say, I always look at it as an interpretation.
Yes, it is.
Then you're going to always be doing that. So I think you just got to get to some point in life where you just feel comfortable, with
that's it. Because you ain't gonna totally agree with nobody.
No.
On everything. So I just sit there and look. I just think some of the stuff is a little old fogey, but and then when you ask a logical question, nobody can come up with nothing other than try to quote you a verse that they've interpreted the way they want to. I mean, how you gonna tell me that there's only a man and a woman when obviously we're living around other things? And then in the next breath, you're going to tell me God created everything. Well, that means God created what you're telling basically to persecute.
Yeah. I can say there's always those questions. Just because one person is interpreting a scenario, does that mean that that's how God meant it to be?
Right.
I don't know. So, but anyway, like I say, I don't debate religion, but it just, when those kind of scenarios come up, it just puts questions in your mind,
Well, first off, we need to stop deitizing these dudes. You know what? He's got to get up and answer to God just like all of us have to.
Everybody else. I agree.
His hot line ain't no hotter than mine.
Mm-hmm.
So no, we'll just have to agree to disagree, because I'm not going to worship you. Number one, I respect the position that you got,
right?
But that don't mean that I'm gonna. It's just like just from what I'm observing since I've been in here, and I'm still finding my way.
Right?
Is that their idea of service is what their idea of service is for you? That don't apply to me. My idea of service is what I feel like and what the Lord has called me to do.
Right.
I ain't got to go and do all these other things if I don't want to go and do them. It's almost like most of these dudes, they're hawking people to go because they feel like it's something that they're supposed to do and have to do. Well, I'm not going to be a part of that little cheering squad. So, like I said, I'm just I'm new in it, so I'm looking to see if it's going to be something lasting. Well, me worshiping God is going to be lasting, but whether or not I'm worshiping there is going to be the question.
Yeah. I think that's always even though there's people, who grow up in a particular church and stay in a particular church, no matter what, after, numerous pastors come and go and things of that nature. I think people who are a little bit more free thinking when it comes to stuff, have a tendency to question things like that, and I just think that's the way it should be. I mean, just like we were talking before, I think if you have blind faith that this person is telling you everything that you should and shouldn't do, and that's the way it is, period, kind of thing, I think you just start to get in a little bit of trouble there. I think that's why we have so many different religions and churches and all this kind of stuff these days. But I don't know. Like I say, I don't get in all those debates because I'm not scholarly enough about the Bible to do those kind of things. I just think there's some things that transcends what maybe is Bible teaching and starts to get into, well, this was not even a issue back when the Bible was being written and observed.
Exactly.
And you're trying to make it fit in. We're trying to make it fit in,
Mhm.
and I think that's sometimes where I have some of my question is, are you making it try to fit in because that's based on how you feel?
Exactly.
Because it ain't in there. You
Yeah.
can't find it in there. You got to go find what you think is passages that might address the issues that, as I say, wasn't even an issue back when the Bible was being written. Yeah, we went from talking about bacon grease to talking about the church to talking about anniversaries. He talked about a lot of stuff today. Hope you enjoyed it. Please join us next time for the next edition of Old Fools Talking Old School. Until then, this is Mickey G. Peace.